welcome back or to my channel. My name is Jen and thank you so much for pressing on today's video. So we're here with a speed build of a workshop room that I'm currently trying to do or have already built in my home, and this is the room right here that we're working on. The room next to it is actually something that I built off camera. It's my furnace room, and I wanted something that will kind of like cohesively blend, but at the same time you can tell that it's a workshop and not a furnace room. So the first thing I did was go straight to Tish's shop, do some last minute shopping, and see if I could get any clutter stuff. Also try to get whatever it is that I may or may not need from the city hall, which I ended up getting quite a few clutter things. And I also think I got the Ritz, is that what it's called? It's a little land purchasing thingamablobber. Oh, I also got a whole bunch of modification kits. Those are they come so in handy because I wish you could make them, but you can't. But I recolor things so often that they do become very expensive later on for me. But anyways, moving on. So we get back home and I'm currently working on just trying to place or try to organize and see where I want things to be placed, because if I'm being honest, the woodworking table, the wood cutting, whatever it's called, it's not very on brand, I will say. Like, I don't really like the way that they look. I wish they looked different, but I get it. You know, they're supposed to look wood like, if that makes any sense. So the first like IRL day that I was trying to decorate this room, I just kind of went around and placed things to see if I like the layout of them. It was just like a layout day. That's kind of like how I usually do it. I just have like a day of layout and then I go to bed the next day, come back, see if I like it, you know, just a fresh new mind. And I kind of had a genius idea. In my opinion, I think it's a genius idea. I'm not sure if other people have done it. I personally haven't seen anyone that has done it, so to me I think it's a pretty genius idea. But I placed the woodworking, well, I had the idea. I was like, I want to tuck the wood table away, so how am I going to go do that? Then I tested it on or in my existing hallway that I had in the kitchen. It does fit. So you know what I did? I ran straight to the city hall, grabbed about, I think, 2 hallways and then a fireplace because I was feeling extra bougie. I wanted maybe like a fireplace. That's like the original plan. I wanted a fireplace-ish in that area just to make it cozy, cohesive. But it did not end up working because once I placed down the 2 hallways, it kind of made me reach my building limit of 15. So I was a little sad about that, but that's okay. I'm hoping they add more in the future. So the next thing I did when it finally was built was place them in there, and I had to kind of work around the so if you turn it with the blade in the back, then the machine itself will have to come forward 1 or 2 squares, I'm not quite sure. But if you put the machine or the blade towards the front, then you can put it closer towards the wall, therefore it gives you more clutter space. Now here's the thing, if you don't know anything about me, the 2 things I like to do when I build in any game, okay, whether it be The Sims, whether it be Animal Crossing, Disney Dreamlight Valley, any game I play that lets me decorate, I am going to do 2 things, okay? 1 being cluttercore. I love cluttercore, okay? And 2, very dimly lit rooms, okay? I don't like this overhead light that they give you, which I use it only if I really have to, but I really love having ambient or like quote unquote ambient light, like makeshift lighting, if that makes any sense. Like, it gives like witchy vibes, but not witchy vibes, if that makes any sense. Also, the third thing, sorry, accent walls. I always have accent walls in almost every single room that I have built. I have always had an accent walls. I just think all plain regular schmegular walls are very regular, if that makes any sense. So every time I've built something, it's always had an accent wall, and for this workshop room in particular, I really wanted to use the blue wallpaper, the blueprint wallpaper from Tish. I just thought that it goes well with everything. And then for the hallway rooms, I decided that I was going to use natural wood on them because I just think if I use the pink wood, then it would just clash too much. And if you use the natural wood, it just looks easier on the eyes. In my opinion, it looks easier on the eyes anyways. So that's kind of what I did. I just made sure I filled in those hallways to make it look like it's been lived in. It's, you know, it's still usable. Like when you walk in there, it's not like you're pressing on the light or anything, the light fixtures. I took out the overhead light so that way it wouldn't happen. The wall lamp has taken care of the press F to turn off button, right? So yeah, it's taken care of that. And after I filled in the hallways, I got started on to the main area. Now, I kind of struggled a little bit with the main area. I have so many decor, but they were none of the decor that I wanted. To be honest, I'm still not really 100% finished because I feel like this game is still in beta, so more furniture will come out and things will be most likely changed around, so I'm never 100% finished with the room. Also, a few of my community members, the cake community people, came over unexpectedly while I was in the middle of building, and they were just here to cheer me on, so thank you for that, guys. But anyways, I decided I wanted to have like a desk area, and this was the perfect little like desk lodge thingy, because I like the other one, the homestead one, but after the update you can't put stuff on it anymore, so I was a little sad about that. So I used this instead, you know, and they were just kind of asking me a whole bunch of questions, but I went back to building or decorating, and I knew I wanted to put kind of the woodworking table separate from the modification table, or the workbench. Sorry, it's a workbench. And I wanted to find a place to put the display case too, but that thing is just too big and you can't even put anything in there for now. So I'm gonna have to save that for its separate build, which I do have one in mind that's coming later once I actually get some ideas going down. But yeah, so I decided that I was gonna put the loom in that little corner next to the furnace room, and I really love the way that it turned out, because once I added plants, trust me, once you add plants to your build and clutter, everything just looks more cohesive. Yes, some people might not like clutter, but I do. And I think adding clutter to your build, you don't have to add too much like how I do. I add a little too much sometimes. But once you start adding a little bit of clutter, it looks used, it looks lived in, it looks homey, it just brings everything together. And at this point, I was tired, so I went to the night market, and yet nowhere else I went to. I went to the Maji market. That's where I went to, or I'm heading to the Maji market. Why? Because I want to spend more money. I didn't really get anything from the night market, so I decided to head to the Maji market to get other things that I wanted, like the lovely little, what is that called? It's the little cage thing with the fairy lamps. I don't know what that's called, but I love that. If it wasn't so expensive, I would buy more of it. But because I am broke and I'm kind of burnt out of doing cake parties all the time, I don't have enough funds to fund the little lantern thingamabobber. And then after that, I took a little break and did the Choppa Chase, which I need those plushies. But anyway, after that, we went right back into finishing building this little room. And if I'm being honest, after a whole bunch of recoloring, after I got the lovely little lantern thingy, everything just tied in so much better. And then I also did some decorating off camera after I started working on making more furniture from, I think that's the Moonstruck. Yeah, the Moonstruck set, which I feel like there should be more. For a set that is so expensive, there's barely enough items. There's not a single sofa, like a single armchair in the Moonstruck set. Do you guys know that? There is not one. And that just makes me sad, because I wanted that little bookshelf corner to be a sitting area, but we don't have a moonstruck chair. So I was really sad about that. And the moonstruck just fits perfectly with this room's vibes anyways, but whatever. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour of this room. So this is kind of the finished product, or for now. And I know that it doesn't really match 100% of the vibes in the furnace room, but I think because this room is so cluttered, the organization and industrialized part of the furnace room just fits so well. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I would like to thank all of my members, especially the Super Saps, the Boosted Sap, my Discord mod. Thank you so much everyone for supporting me, and don't forget, if you want to have your name plastered on the screen above, all you have to do is join as a member in the selected tiers. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!